Hello everybody, I am James Lung. I'm the host of the program. Today we are happy because Charles is with us. So Charles Mok is the Legislative Councilor in Hong Kong. Hello Charles.
Hello.
Yeah. So you know I have so many ethnic minorities friends, Nepalese, Pakistanis, Indian. So the first question we have to ask you, okay, do you support the ethnic minorities that the government should help them more to let them live in Hong Kong more happily?
Yeah, I think that there are a lot that the government has not been able to do to help integrate ethnic minorities into Hong Kong. As you see, after the handover, the policies by the government is really focused on the mainstream Chinese population, and despite the fact that we have a lot of ethnic minorities in Hong Kong who have lived in Hong Kong for a long time, and many of them, many of the younger generations are actually born here, but they have not been given the opportunities to learn Chinese or to integrate into society, or for those who haven't been able to grow up learning Chinese. For the others, there are not enough support for them in their native languages and even in English. That is a growing problem. So yes, this is the biggest worry is, of course, if this is a vicious cycle. And if you don't provide enough support and opportunities, then the ethnic minorities' friends will become more and more, isolated, and then they would find it more difficult to be able to integrate into the mainstream, and then it becomes a very negative, vicious cycle.
Yeah, and then their children will face the similar situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
I see. So let's have a case study. Okay. And about the Labor Department.
Okay.
So when I want to employ somebody, I will write the advertisement to the Labor Department, and the Labor Department will publish on their wall, so that when we see, we can, I can find a job, Okay. But one problem, if I only write Chinese in the advertisement, and the advertisement will be hanged on the wall in Chinese, and the advertisement will be shown in the website of the Labor Department in Chinese also. For example, I want to employ a person to help my restaurant to wash the dishes, okay? So many ethnic minorities in Hong Kong, they can speak Cantonese. They can talk with Cantonese people well, but it is difficult for them to understand Chinese language. So if they cannot see what is the job opportunity on the wall, they cannot find a job. What do you think about that?
Well, I think this is a good example of the way that the policies or the practices by the government is not really helping minorities. I mean, how difficult would it be for the Labor Department to, first of all, maybe to require the advertisements to be in bilingual format, so that they will be published in Chinese and in English altogether. Or if it is difficult for some employer to provide a good English version, then how difficult would it be for the Labor Departments to publish something to translate it into English and publish it as well and put it on the wall? I think it's not so difficult to do, but bureaucracy, government bureaucrats, they probably chose not to do it, because if I make the translation, I may be liable for the mistakes or other excuses. But this should not be excusable. So I think it's just one of the examples I mean, there are many other examples as well, you know, like many of these very bright and smart ethnic minority young people who are you know, trying to get into universities, but because of their difficulty in reading or writing Chinese, they find it very difficult to get into mainstream Hong Kong universities, and they are forced to you know, give up on some of the potentials that they have for their education and their future career. And actually, in the end, who is losing? It's not just the minority, ethnic minority friends who are losing. It's actually also society as a whole, because we are losing the opportunity for these people who are citizens of Hong Kong to be able to contribute.
In my opinion, when you talk about the university,
Yeah.
I think it is very strange.
Yeah.
In my opinion, for example, if I want to be a doctor, so when I enter the university, all subjects I study about the medicals, they are all in English.
Okay.
In the examinations, in the lectures,
Yeah.
all English. Okay.
But you yeah.
why I need to pass my Chinese when I enter the university?
Well, you even would be able to have a choice in secondary school to study, you know, French or another language too, right? And not necessarily just Chinese.
But why?
So why would it be that when you go to university, then Chinese would become a requirement?
Yeah.
Or
even not only medicals, about the for example law.
Yeah. Yeah.
Law also English.
Yeah, yeah. So it's unreasonable. I mean, it's just forcing, it's just depriving many of these young people, ethnic minority young people, of a fair opportunity.
And also very interesting, when we are talking about university, and there are some different courses. For example, higher diploma, degree, master degree, doctor degree, something like that. Okay, degree, master degree, doctor degree. When they carry out their examination, they are in English. No Chinese can be written down. Okay, if you higher diploma, you can use Chinese as the examination media. So I don't know why Chinese become the most the VIP language when it is not very useful in the university.
This is one of the things that is unfair, and I'm sure that this is a problem that many of us do realize, and we will be working on, you know, forcing the government to provide more alternatives.
Okay, so before we finish the program, can you say something for our dear ethnic minority fellow?
Well, I think actually in my work, and particularly in my work with some of the NGOs, I do come across and have met with many young people among the ethnic minorities that I think have been making great contribution to Hong Kong, and they have great potentials. So I would say to young people, especially from all the ethnic minorities in Hong Kong, just as I would tell any of the Chinese young people the same thing. Don't give up on any opportunity that you have, and you still have a lot of potentials. And in fact, I mean, I look at what we've done, I've done, other people. Whatever you achieve must be something that you try to get it yourself and you fight for, and not something that is given to you. So try to make use of all the opportunities you have and develop all the potentials that you have, and I think everyone will still have a very bright future ahead of them.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mok, for today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.